First of all, tell us your name and tell us what you did at Product Camp today.
Sure. My name is Paul Young. I'm the founder of Product Camp Austin, and today I launched a new company and a new product called Leaf.
And how did you come up with that name, and how do people spell it?
Leaf is spelled L-E-A-F, and you can get to the website at le.af.
That is so clever.
Yeah, I got really lucky.
That is clever.
I got really lucky to get that domain name. Fortuitous. And I came up with that name because, well, one, it was really short, and I was looking for a really short, good, cool domain name. But also because my daughter, who does sign language, loves to sign the word Leaf.
That's great. What a great story. And what did you talk about today in your session?
So in my session, we actually launched the company and the product.
Okay.
And we showed it for the very first time to people, and we got a very good reaction, very strong reaction, which is what I was looking for. And people continue to play with it and use it throughout the day. So I'll be interested to get back tonight and look at the feedback that people have.
Give me a couple of examples of some of these strong reactions that you mentioned.
Well, some people liked it. They thought it was really cool. Other people said they didn't think it was appropriate that I would show it at a product camp. And so, you know, I think the worst thing you can have with a new product launch is a difference.
Yeah.
And so I was happy that people had a strong reaction.
Good.
As opposed to just not caring.
Yeah, controversy is good for promotional purposes.
I'll take
Sometimes.
it. I'll take it.
So, what's your background?
Well, my degree is actually in radio, television, and film.
Okay.
But I'm a self-taught programmer.
Okay.
And then pretty quickly over the last decade, I've been in a variety of product marketing and product management roles.
What are some of your failures and successes over the last 10 years?
That's a great question. So let me think about that for a second. So failures, I would say right now I'm in kind of a failure mode, trying to turn it into a success.
Okay.
I work for a large computer company in Austin.
Okay.
That has made a bunch of acquisitions and spent a bunch of money on trying to transform itself into more of a software company.
Okay.
And we're trying to turn around a battleship, so to speak.
Okay.
In terms of changing an entire business.
Sure.
And it's really hard to take a company that's multi-billion dollars and change it completely into a different kind of business.
Oh yeah.
And so it's not a success yet.
Okay.
It might be too bold to call it a failure, but it's definitely a work in progress.
Okay. Now, how would I use Leaf?
So Leaf is a social productivity tool, and by that I mean it's a tool that allows you to track the information that's most important to you. So it's a little bit like Twitter in that you follow, but instead of following people, you follow information.
Okay.
So as an example, you might follow a piece of information like the next product camp will be at the AT&T Center on August 7th, and you would follow that little bit of information.
Is that true?
That is true.
Okay.
That's where the next product camp will be.
Okay.
But then by following that bit of information, if I were to go in and change it, then you would get updated.
Okay.
And you could get updated by email, by text message, by Twitter, however you want.
How would that differ from, say, following a hashtag on Twitter?
Right. So the difference with following a hashtag on Twitter is that a hashtag on Twitter anybody can post to.
Yeah.
So if you have a search set up in like TweetDeck or somewhere else, then you see all the things that are associated to that hashtag, regardless of whether or not those are relevant to you or you actually care about them. With Leaf, when you follow a Leaf, only one person can actually update that, the owner of that Leaf.
Okay.
And so you're only getting updates on those pieces of information that you've told Leaf that you actually care about.
What are the main challenges to making Leaf successful in your mind?
Right now, it's getting the word out. So we just released a beta product. There's no There's no revenue model associated to it yet, and it's all free. I'd like to take it from a prototype to a beta and just get feedback.
Okay.
So my biggest challenge right now is how do I get the first 500 users on it and start to get some really good feedback.
Are you a one-horse guy, or are you going to have some other products out there?
There will definitely be more stuff in the future.
More products to come.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And tell us some more about what you learned today from some of the other sessions. Did you attend other sessions other than the one you talked at?
I did. Yeah. So Josh Duncan gave a great session about the use of telling stories.
Okay.
In product management, and he recommended some really good books like Baked In and a couple of others.
Baked In, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got some reading to do now.
Okay.
So that was really good. There was a session on usability, and I think the title was "Why Failing on an iPhone is Better Than Succeeding on a BlackBerry."
Okay, good title.
Pretty provocative title, but I mean that's the kind of session you get at Product Camp. You never know what you're going to get, which is why it's so cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And what would you like to see new and different and changed at the next Product Camp? Since you're so intimately involved as the guy who started Product Camp.
So I set a stretch goal today for the people who participated in Product Camp that we're going to have the largest single Product Camp ever next time we do it on August 7th, 2010 here at the AT&T Center. The current record is 550 people set by Silicon Valley 2 weeks ago, and I think we can...
What is the number?
550.
Oh, you should beat that easy.
I think we can crush it.
Oh yeah,
I think we can crush it. But I want to do that and still keep the high quality.
Oh yeah, quality
and really good
and quantity is, you got to keep both.
Yeah, so I mean I don't want to sacrifice one to get the other, but I think that Austin's product management and marketing community has shown that the desire to have this kind of event is really strong, and so we're going to get a bunch of people, and so I want to keep a really high quality event with, we heard the participants today ask for more entrepreneurship style sessions.
I heard that a lot,
So, more of that with a whole lot more people, because the Product Camp is a great thing, and everyone who comes to it loves it, and they want to come back for more. And so I want to get that message out there to even more people.
What is your definition of the word product? How do you define a product?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't know if I'd have to think about that for a second. Well, the thing that immediately comes to mind is something that's saleable to a customer, but I know that there are also products that aren't saleable, like a nonprofit could put on a conference that, Product Camp is a product, so to speak, that's put on by a nonprofit. So I guess it's anything that you're trying to get someone else to buy into.
Okay.
And that buying into it may actually involve money, but it could also involve time, attention, mind share.
Doesn't necessarily have to be a physical object.
No, not at all. I mean, software is not a physical object.
Software is not a physical object, Any other thoughts about today that floating around in your mind? You feel like you're unwound a little bit now?
Definitely. I'll sleep well tonight, as well as the rest of the people who helped plan and coordinate, volunteer, and present. Product Camp is a lot of fun, and if you have the chance to come out to a Product Camp, for anybody who sees this online, I hope you do, and I hope that you get a lot out of it.
And where are you on Twitter?
You can find me at my personal Twitter is PTYoung, Y-O-U-N-G, and Leaf is at Leafco, L-E-A-F-C-O.
Great. We'll look for you on the social nets. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Great event.
Thanks.